Ryan Braga, the lab manager for material science and engineering. We have about 6 teaching labs and then about 40 some research spaces on campus. We don't really directly do research, but we assist with research a lot, especially through our fee-for-service system. So we have a lot of pieces of equipment ranging from electron microscopy through thermal analysis, even furnaces. We've had a number of near misses with electrical safety in our department. Some of them have been things such as older power cords that have degraded over time and frayed. We've had power cables that have the strands in the cable have broken down and overheated a cable. We've had people overloading circuits and blowing breakers without realizing they had a number of high power, high draw instruments plugged into the same circuit. We've even had large transformers that have tripped through mistakes in how equipment was connected. There have been a number of times in our weekly safety talks with our research groups that we've covered topics such as how much power they're drawing in circuits or the condition of some of the equipment that they're using. So when we had an outlet that melted down, we went around and looked at a lot of the high power pieces of equipment in the groups and talked about how they need to be aware of the amount of energy they're consuming through that cable. There have been times where we've had new instruments being installed in labs, and we've had to work with FP&M to make sure that we were properly loading circuits or needing to have new circuits installed. Based on some of the power outages that have happened on campus, I know our department's talked internally about what to do in case of emergencies. If the power does go out, what equipment will turn back on automatically, what equipment is latching so that it won't turn on when the power comes back. So we've talked to a lot of the groups about what they need to do to shut things down and what things will come back on in emergency electrical conditions. I think it's important for us all to talk about electrical safety because it is a utility that all of us use all the time, and it becomes hidden in our daily lives. We all interact with it, we all count on it, but we don't think about what circuit we're plugging a piece of equipment into, how much power the rest of the circuit is drawing. We don't think about the age of the power cables or the instruments that we're using. In some cases, there are instruments in our labs that are older than some of the students, and we need to be aware that things will degrade over time, including the electrical components within equipment. We know now more and more that issues can develop from batteries failing and being aware of the condition of the batteries and where to dispose of the batteries on campus safely if they do start to break down, because they are another source of electrical hazard. I think that it's important to stop and think about the electrical needs that your room is drawing upon, what you have things plugged into, how you have the power cords arranged. I think it's important to check on them once in a while. It's very easy to use a piece of equipment for years without ever thinking that the power cord could be getting hot. We as a department, we're talking about using infrared cameras to look for hot spots in rooms, in cables, on equipment, to make it easier to spot issues before they become a real problem.